Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Matt Largent. I'm the president and CEO of Williamson, Inc. Please rise as my friend, Brigadier General Kirk Winstead in the Tennessee National Guard gives the invocation and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Mayor Anderson's grandchildren. Kirk? Should be.
Let's bow our heads. Lord, bless this food to the nourishment of our bodies. Bless the hands that prepared it. Give us compassion every day to do your work. Take care of all of our troops and their families near and far and keep them safe. And most of all, take care of our leaders in this community. Bless them. Give them the guidance and the strength to carry on their duties. And bless this great nation of ours. In Lord Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special treat. The grandchildren of our fine county mayor are going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, I think. Okay, you ready?
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job.
Thank you all very much.
That's great. Thank you, kids. Thank you, Kirk. We appreciate that. As an organization with a leadership focus and a mission to convene our residents to provide information that matters to you and your business, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the annual State of the County Address. I'd like to begin today's luncheon by welcoming our new members and our guests. Thank you for your support of Williamson County through your support of Williamson, Inc. I strongly urge you to make the most of your time together today by making a business connection before you leave and to shop local by doing business with Williamson, Inc. members first. I'd also like to thank our membership luncheon presenting sponsor, Williamson Medical Center. This event would not be possible without their generous support. We have a brief video we'd like to show you on behalf of Williamson Medical right now.
I'm Lori Bell. I'm a registered nurse. I've been at Williamson Medical Center for 25 years.
Been a part of Williamson Medical Center's family here for 16 years.
18 years.
Been here for 30 years. 11 years.
I've been here for 22 years. I actually retired last August, and I missed it, and so I'm back.
I am proud of the growth here at the hospital.
It's a special feeling to come here to Williamson to work every day.
I love my job.
And we just have a great time every day. It's a joy to be here.
As the cornerstone of our community for 60 years, Williamson Medical Center is responsible for caring for hundreds of thousands of individuals and families. What sets Williamson Medical Center apart is their approach to care and commitment to providing the best in medical services close to home. As one of the county's largest employers and with a medical staff of over 700 board-certified physicians, Williamson Medical Center is dedicated to you, the community, and to providing the highest in quality care. What you might not know is that they are more than just a regional medical center. In fact, they offer an array of specialized services. From orthopedic excellence at the Bone and Joint Institute of Tennessee, their accredited breast health center, primary and surgical care at Williamson Medical Group, to the delivery and care of the next generation. Through their OB, NICU, and children's unit, Williamson Medical Center offers everything one would need right here locally in Williamson County. So whether it's a yearly checkup, a life-saving surgery, or something in between, let Williamson Medical Center and their family of services take care of you and yours. To learn more about Williamson Medical Center, please visit their website, williamsonmedicalcenter.org. I'd also like to take a moment and thank our program sponsor today, Vanderbilt University and the Crossings at Brentwood. Again, your generous support makes events like this possible. I'd like to thank our 5-member discount partners, UPS, Bank Card, Office Depot, Vanderbilt Affiliated Network, and Ascend Federal Credit Union. Please visit their tables and learn more how, as a Williamson, Inc. member, you and your business can save money. Also, did everybody enjoy the delicious lunch today? Yes, it's fantastic. I want to take a moment and thank Corky's Barbecue for donating their delicious lunch today. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you. So the mayor is going to provide a very comprehensive update on all things Williamson County in just a few minutes. But there's a recent ranking that I want to draw your attention to. 2 weeks ago, Franklin was ranked as the #7 city in the U.S. for STEM jobs: science, technology, engineering, and math. This matters because STEM jobs pay on average over $100,000 and are exactly the kind of jobs that are projected to grow in the future as our economy moves from a service sector to an innovation or creative economy. It matters more to people in this room because it means your kids and your grandkids will have a better job market to turn to when they decide to start a career in Williamson County and in Middle Tennessee. As a father of 2 daughters, both interested in engineering, I am grateful for our good jobs, for our strong economy, and enjoy the chance we have to create unique partnerships for Williamson County Schools and Franklin Special School District with our private sector in the STEM fields. You know, events like this, as we just saw earlier from Roger's grandkids, are made even more special when family is involved. So now it's my pleasure to invite Mayor Anderson's daughter, Laura Howard, to the stage to introduce her father. Laura. Thanks.
It's my pleasure to introduce today's speaker. He is on the Board of Trustees at Williamson Medical Center. He is chairman of the Williamson County Fair Board. He is chairman of the Middle Tennessee Mayor's Caucus. He is a member of the Transportation Management Authority, the Williamson Chamber of Commerce, Franklin Noon Rotary, Workforce Essentials Board, the Williamson County Economic Development Council, Leadership Alumni, Whitehall Homeowners Association. He is a mentor in the Governor's Tennessee Achieves program. He is a current member at Barry's Chapel Church of Christ. He was a founding member of Grassland Athletic Association. He was elected the mayor of Williamson County in 2002. He is currently serving his 4th term, and in September will start his 5th term as the Williamson County mayor. He served as county commissioner from 1986 until 2002. He served as chairman of the county commission for 4 years, vice chairman for 8 years. With the late Anita Anderson, they have 5 children: Ryan, Travis, myself, and Wes and Russ Gamble. They have 9 grandchildren. Olivia, Molly, and Scott are out in Utah this week. And then Audrey, Evangeline, Iris, McCabe, Cole, and Raleigh. He is a graduate of the University of Tennessee at Knoxville, where he received his bachelor's in business and education. He is a veteran of the United States Air Force, where he served in Africa and Vietnam. After being elected as the county mayor in 2002, he retired from 25 years in the private insurance sector. He loves Williamson County more than anyone I know. He loves it deeply and serves it earnestly. He loves the community and increasingly diverse culture. He loves the opportunities for growth and the opportunities for preservation. He loves to hear of generations of families living here and loves to hear of transplants that call it home. Because to him, Williamson County is home. It's where he's raised his children. It's where he's buried a wife. It's where he has grown professionally from an entrepreneurial businessman to a county mayor. It's where his garden thrives and his passions lie. It's where he hosts purple whole pea parties and bakes delicious pound cakes. It's where he takes his grandchildren for pickup truck rides and serves them an extra cup of chocolate milk at bedtime. It's where he serves with humility because of a confidence not in himself, but in God. Today's speaker, Mayor Rogers Anderson.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the wonderful crowd today, and thank you for 6 of my 9 grandkids. The other 3 will be written out of the will. And always thank you for the introduction my daughter does. She writes them all. There are a number of elected officials here today, and I would like to ask them to stand, all of them, city and county, and be recognized because they put a lot of time and service in our community. Would you please stand? At the risk of beginning today's talk on a somber note, I do want to take a moment to recognize those law enforcement personnel who have been killed in active duty around our nation and close to our home, including during the last several months. Far too often, our first responders have fallen victim to those that are sworn to serve and protect us. I want our local law enforcement officers to know that their presence and their service are not taken for granted in our county. If you're a member of the law enforcement community or a public safety organization, would you please stand and let us recognize you also? Thank you. I also would like to pay tribute to the other men and women in uniform throughout our country and our state and our local county. They're serving in our armed forces. If you're a veteran, would you please stand? I want to get them all. If you're a veteran of the United States. You heard Kurt this morning do the prayer, and I appreciate that. We also had invited the Major General Snyder, who lives in our community, but I have not seen him. If he's here and Kurt's here, catch me after the speech. When headline news consists of tragedies in schools or on parole or on duty and off duty, I'm often asked, what are we doing here in Williamson County to ensure that these incidents and travesties do not occur? Well, no community can be immune and no plan can be foolproof. Today I want to assure you, though, that the Sheriff Long and the members of the Williamson County Law Enforcement, Public Safety, Emergency Management Team, our city partners, as well as numerous other agencies, are continuing to commit to serve and to train and to gather resources in an effort to unify in the event of a crisis. Funding for our first responders has been, and it continues to be, a priority for our Williamson County Commissioners. They share your awareness of the need to be prepared as much as possible. Sheriff Long operates the field division, the school crossing guards division, a detention facility, which we refer to as the jail, and a litter division. As part of the field division, there's now a full-time traffic unit, including 2 motorcycles, a special operation unit, including aviation support, a SWAT team, and a swiftwater rescue. All of these, we hope we never have to use them, but we're prepared. Up until 5 years ago, there was very little funding in the budget for school resource office positions. In the March 2013 County Commission meeting that evening, 32 SROs positions were funded and placed in every single Williamson County elementary and Franklin Special School, I might add, elementary, middle school through the assignment that night and also in our high school. Today we have an officer in every Williamson County school, middle school, Franklin Special School, and we have 2 starting this fall in each of our high schools. Oftentimes we're belated with budgets, and you're going to see some numbers up there. Just absolutely, when we put this together, thanks to Jeff, Sheriff Long, it was kind of astounding to me. Currently in the 2018-19 School Resource Division, there's 68 officers now at a $4.2 billion, which represents, just remember 5 years ago we didn't have a budget line for this, it now represents 32% of the total 210 sheriff's people. We're committed. In the past 7 years in the Sheriff's Division, 103 full-time and 9 part-time positions have been funded for the Sheriff's Office. The operating budget during that same time frame has increased from $11.5 million to $22.5 million. I want to commend Sheriff Long for his leadership role by agreeing to engage in multi-state litigation, going after the pharmaceutical companies and the distributors who have violated their duty under the federal law to monitor the distribution and creative nuisance and the promotion of opioid. We have to stop that. Though many may think Williamson County is immune to drug abuse, there were 27 overdose deaths in Williamson County last year from prescription medications, heroin, and fentanyl. Under the day-to-day supervision of Captain Mike Dobbins under the Sheriff's oversight, we operate a 454-bed criminal justice system with an annual operating budget of $7.8. When it opened in 1989, the facility was the last approved of the state, which allowed both juveniles and adults to be housed under the same roof. As we face the many needs for additional space for the operations of adult jail, separation of adult and our juvenile population will be required in the future. 36 members of the law enforcement community and the public recently completed an 18-month Triple J task force. Several of you were in that group that did that over the last 18 months. And they were there helping to project the needs of our current juvenile justice and our jail operations. This task force studied the current and projected caseloads of our systems and looked at what facilities will be needed for the next 20 to 25 years. Their findings will soon be turned over to a consultant who will help develop a master plan for our community. Juvenile Court Judge Sharon Guffey and Juvenile Court Clerk Brenda Hyden served on the task force, providing information regarding the increased juvenile justice system that we need and how it needs to continue, and the impact on our county. Here's some interesting figures that's flashed up on the screen. Last year, the department processed 2,000 offenses, 300 cases involving child abuse and neglect. They are currently carefully monitoring 111 children in the custody of the Department of Children's Services, many of which are in foster care. Space for our juvenile justice system is an issue and must be addressed. The current location is not ideal, and the juvenile housing will be required to be separated from the adults in the future. During the last legislative session, of which our local body, along with the state, approved the 5th circuit court judge for the 21st Judicial District, which includes our county along with the lower counties. We've been asked by the circuit court to address courtroom space and needs to get you in and out. Hopefully not you in and out, but there are cases that go in and out. Should have caught that in the preview, shouldn't I? And how do we better utilize those facilities? Again, we'll be using a consultant and providing information to them so that we can get some of the housing and the centers fixed. Just last month, the County Commission authorized the formation of a public building authority for Williamson County. This 7-member group will utilize their expertise to help with the bidding and the construction processes needed for the construction projects and will allow the county to seize opportunities for savings. There are several of those men and women that are in the audience today. They will be serving on this committee at no pay. They're giving of their time for a specific period of time. It's no secret that Williamson County has long been sought out as the location for top educational opportunities. The 18-19 Williamson County Schools operating budget represents an increase of $12.8 million from the prior fiscal year adopted budget. Coupled with the school central cafeteria and the extended school programs, neither of which require property tax revenue, the total $371 million budget for schools operations continue to represent the largest percentage of the county's $568 million budget at about 65%. When you add in the funding needed for the school debt projects, the percentage of the annual budget attributed to school needs increases to $422 million, or 74% of the total budget. This indicates that the remainder of the county operations is funded by 25% of the annual operating budget. I'd like to thank Commissioners Judy Hayes, Bobby Hullett, Todd Kestner, and Chairman Paul Webb for their early commitment in the budget review that said we will not have a property tax increase. Each year it becomes increasingly more difficult to be able to fund the budget and meet the needs we face with our continued growth. Presenting a consolidated budget of $568 million with no increase in the overall property tax requires all of our elected officials and department heads to prioritize and to compromise. I'm proud to say that the County Commission approved last week and adopted the Budget Committee's guidelines to require no tax increase in the countywide rate at $2.15 a hundred of assessed value, as it continues to reflect the lowest property tax in the Middle Tennessee area. Congratulations. There are a lot of people behind the scenes that make that possible. Our budget director, Nina Graham, I thank her. School board, Dr. Mike Looney, thank you very much, Mike. And his budget director, Leslie Holman, for all of us working together and getting to that line we needed to be. With the May primary behind us and the August general election forthcoming, there are many new faces governing in Williamson County in the future. I do want to acknowledge and thank the members from 2014 to 2018 on the County Commission for their service. Together, we've grieved the losses of Commissioners Tom Bain a year ago, Lee Green, and most recently our Commission Chairman, Jack Walton. Each of these men have fought hard battles with their illnesses and continue to serve their district as best their health would allow. Likewise, the community also shares the loss of a former school board member and a former county commissioner, Houston Nairn. During his 30-year tenure as an elected official, he served as chairman of both groups at some time. As families grow and more move into the counties, oftentimes the household includes the addition of a family pet. Unfortunately, for various reasons, these same pets often find their way to our animal care facility and become the newest addition to the county's family and must be cared for by our new director, Andrea Johnson, and her staff. Constructed in the mid-1990s, the current facility has been renovated and reconstructed to its limits. Our current location is partially located in the floodplain, and it does not include room to grow. Though our statistics show we currently average a save rate, this is about 2.5 years, of 97%. Every animal that comes in, we're able to save 97% of all those animals. There's an ongoing need to stress the importance of spaying and neutering all of our family pets. During the month of June alone, just last month, we took in 300 cats and kittens and had to implement a deferred intake policy immediately in 1 month. Incidents like this can be avoided by being a responsible pet owner. Diane's on vacation, but she had to put those ears on those animals. The county has purchased property on Old Charlotte Pike near the intersection of Del Rio and Carlisle Lane, where we plan to break ground on a new animal care facility next spring. During this past year, there was a task force for this group to look at this new facility and look at best practices for operating a new animal care facility that we can utilize in planning. We're fortunate to have the much needed supports of Friends of Animal, Mars Corporation, hundreds of volunteers, and other businesses and individuals who assist the county in their funding, their services, and the staffing needs in caring for all of our animals. As this construction project advances, we anticipate to be the first to utilize our new public building authority. It should be open in the next 18 to 24 months. The County Public Library received a facelift with the addition of new learning centers, desks, laptop desks, standing desks, mobile furniture, all put in a new cozy environment. Laptops are available at the reference desk now for those that do not have one on their own. Under the oversight of our director of all of our property, Kevin Benson, has the maintenance of 106 facilities throughout the county. These facilities include not only the buildings where they're housed for our government operations, but also helps in our jails, juvenile centers, safety centers, community branch libraries, convenience centers, volunteer fire department, and community recreation. Last year alone, we had $6.6 million that the commission approved for maintenance on all these buildings. Williamson County currently has 150,000, and I think they've all passed through the front of our doors here lately, registered voters. Actually, they're not all passing through there. But we operate our election commission with a staff of 6 full-time personnel. Like so many of these operations, they're in dire need of additional space, so they'll be moving. Today, I want to introduce a future voter. I may not be around when she gets that age, but this is Rosie the Riveter standing down here. Rosie the Riveter's real name is Rose Elaine Egbert, and her mom is Virginia, and many of you know her family as they sold a lot of land to West Haven. Thank you for doing that. Thank you, Rosie. In an effort to provide the space that our election commission meetings will be moving the administrative complex where they're currently housed out to Downs Boulevard in the next 18 to 24 months. It's formerly was a LoJack's building. Many of you passed by there. We're using it for our public safety. The county will be buying that piece of property out from underneath a lease, and then we'll have space and storage, good transportation in and out, and full parking as people continue to vote in our community. Williamson County continues to grow and prosper in so many healthy ways, not just physically. Though we're ranked as the #1 healthiest county in Tennessee and 25th in the nation, but we're healthy in the sense of maintaining a balance in the growth that is occurring. Though we can all agree there are varying opinions on growth and how it affects us in our day-to-day lives, it is my belief that we continue to enjoy a viable economic community in which to live and work and worship and play and raise our families. The latest commercial development, follow these numbers. Development assessed value information that came from property assessor Brad Coleman. 2018 commercial inventory totaled 3,254 parcels at a total value of over $9 billion. These parcels consisted of general, commercial, industrial, commercial condos, hotels, apartment, and office building. Since 2010, 7.5 years ago, over the past time, the percentage of commercial parcels has only increased 4.4% from 3116 to 3254, while the value of that commercial has increased 93.8%. That's from $4.6 billion to $9 billion. As you know, commercial growth follows the rooftops, or vice versa in our case. During the same time frame, countywide residential parcels have increased by 18.4%, and the value of these parcels has increased. The total countywide appraised value, real and personal property, residential and commercial, including all of our municipalities now, to $45.3 billion here in Williamson County. I consider that a very healthy growth for our great county. To give you a comparison, most of you would know that larger counties would certainly exceed us. But in comparison, Hamilton County, which is Chattanooga, their most recent reports had a total appraised value of 33.8. We're at $45 billion. Amazing growth. In a recent article published in the Tennessee and Williamson County, was cited as being the fastest growing county in the state during the past 7 years, with a population increase of 22.9 in comparison to the state's overall average of 5.7. Let me interrupt something. I'll see a lot of you writing notes. In about 45 minutes, Jamie and Talia will have this up on our website. You can copy this and all the slides, all you want. Of the 42,000 new residents in the county during this past period, 35,000 were reported to have migrated to Williamson County. With our 2017 unemployment rate at 2.7 in comparison to 3.7 for the state, I believe people are moving here due to job growth that comes with our outstanding businesses, as Matt has indicated earlier. We also continue to see an increase in the number of retirees who are moving here to be with their children and their grandchildren. Smart Asset, an online personal financial tool, compiled numbers from the U.S. Census Bureau and the U.S. Department of Economic Analysis, and here's what it was. Their latest numbers indicate investment in Williamson County soared beyond the rest of the state, landing us in the top 10 counties in the nation, including the highest number of new building permits. Williamson County is part of an area known as the Cumberland region of Tennessee. Of the 10 counties within that region, there still exist environmental treasures worth billions of dollars we call farms. The 10-county region has over 3 million acres of farms and natural land, with only 15 of it being protected in any way. Today, I'm very excited to announce that Williamson County has the opportunity to preserve over 245 acres in the south end of the county. In a partnership with the Land Trust of Tennessee and the Ogilvie family, we have the opportunity to add this beautiful acreage to our county's park system. Mr. and Ms. Walt Ogilvie previously owned and operated a bed and breakfast known as PEACOCK Hill in the College Grove community. They purchased it in 1953. The family has begun working through the settlement of their estate, and it has become increasingly important to them to have this treasure and this scenic property retain its identity and green space in Williamson County. The Ogilvie family has expressed their desire to donate 245 acres to Williamson County to be used as a passive park, which will become known as PEACOCK Hill Natural Park. In collaboration with the Ogilvie family wishes and the Land Trust, this passive park will be developed over time to include trails for hiking, walking, biking, picnicking, horseback riding, catch and release fishing. I'll have to talk to my son about that one. And various family outing. Future development will provide a solar powered park, office, and similar ones that we have at Timberland Park now. How about joining me in thanking the Ogilvie family? Please stand. Isn't that property just beautiful? It's absolutely gorgeous. I thank you again very much. Williamson County continues to gain notoriety for a variety of reasons. One of my favorite was also really acknowledged by Smart Assets that Williamson County is the 5th happiest place in America. I don't know how they gauged that. But of the 980 counties they analyzed, we had the highest income to cost of living ratio. Now that would make you happy. As we look for ways to make us happy, we want to think about some of the things we take for granted. Great school system with our public education students, both Franklin Special and Williamson County. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, David. I don't know where you said. Thank you, both of you gentlemen, for leading that through our school boards. Excellent law enforcement, both from the cities and the county. Award-winning parks all throughout. Our property values continue to hold and or prosper. The average price of a new home in Williamson County just recently in June was $546,000. By comparison, our neighbors to the east in Rutherford County averaged $293. Murray County to the south was $248. Davidson County to the north was $376. Tourism spending in Williamson County continues to rank 6th overall in the state. In 2016, the latest information available, $427 million was generated through tourism dollars. Last year, this data just came out in 2017, 1.51 visitors passed through our county. What an amazing figure. That's a 6% increase for Williamson County, and although the national average is 2.6. I could not be any happier or proud that Williamson County's finances continue to be strong and we continue to benefit from our Moody's AAA bond rating. It reflects a complete independent assessment of our financial strength, our financial management, and prospects for the future. By having the highest rating possible, we're able to finance projects at a lower borrowing cost. We do have a AAA rating, and it's been reaffirmed every year since 2008. Our income per capita median home values continue to rank us at the top of all the counties in the state. The county's financial resources and financial condition continue to make it possible to support the needs that come with a growing population. I would be remiss if I didn't also talk about the access to quality health care in Williamson County. Williamson Medical Centers continues to stand out among its peers by providing top-rated facilities, physicians, equipment, staffing, and excellent leadership. As many of you may be aware, Williamson Medical Center, in partnership with some of the area's leading and renowned orthopedic surgeons, recently created the Bone and Joint Institute of Tennessee. The new facility is currently under construction on the campus adjacent to Williamson Medical Center. It will serve as a destination for all of the patients needing state-of-the-art orthopedic services and board-certified surgeons who are dedicated to providing compassionate and patient-centered care. Simultaneously, Williams Medical Center is expanding its women's services, which will include 14 new labor and delivery rooms, 8 additional neonatal, intensive care, NICU needs, and the relocation of the well baby nursery and 1 new C-section room. Beginning in 1957, this locally owned hospital you own has been focused on providing top-notch medical attention and care to all of our residents. These additions and improvements will carry on that improvement for years to come. You know, there are numerous nonprofit organizations throughout our county who work to provide services and funding to the families and individuals who need a hand up in their personal life. These organizations, their respective boards, donors, and volunteers, they contribute so much to our community in many ways only we can imagine. From the outside looking in, Williamson County is often thought to not to have any problems. In fact, the opposite is true. However, we're very fortunate to have these organizations and their supporters who do so much to serve our residents throughout the county. One of the nonprofits that I'm particularly fond of is the Williamson County Fair. Now in its 14th year, the fair will open with a ribbon cutting on August the 3rd at 5:30 p.m. Our countywide, countrywide continues to be the largest family-friendly community event in Williamson County. However, there's no magic carpet that unrolls and fair appears. It takes year-round planning to make 9 days of fun, beginning the first Friday in August. So if you're currently a sponsor or volunteer, we appreciate you. If you're considering being a sponsor or volunteer, please visit our website, williamsoncountyfair.org, and review the plans that we have this year. It takes over 2,000 volunteers. They're the backbone and the arm bone and the leg bone. Did I get that down, girls? And the funny bone. We want to extend an offer to all of you to participate and bring your bag of bones. I didn't write this. Mark your calendars and make plans to visit the fair. Due to time restraints, I'm not able to cover everything, but we've only kind of skimmed the surface regarding why Williamson County is a happy and a growing community. There are so many people in local government each day, and many of them that are here today, that make this a wonderful place to live and provide that quality of life here in Williamson County. I'm blessed and I'm honored and humbled to have received the majority of the votes as the mayor for this great county in the May primary. It's not a vote that I take lightly, it's a privilege. Though I have shared a little bit of today why I feel Williamson County is America's greatest county, keeping that momentum going is not always easy. I appreciate your vote of confidence in me. I appreciate your vote of confidence in the other elected officials, and please take time out if you haven't voted and do so. I've enjoyed meeting with you all today and throughout the weeks and months in the past. I enjoyed addressing the challenges that we face. I enjoy working on behalf of you all. and provide the greatest place in which to live and work and play and worship. May God continue to bless this nation, our freedoms, and our state, and America's greatest Williamson County. Thank you.
You leave it. Great job. Great. Thank you, Rogers. We greatly appreciate it. Thanks you for making the time for us today. And thanks for your steadfast leadership over the last several decades. We owe Rogers the debt of gratitude we'll never be able to repay. I think one of the things that makes Williamson County so special, and we see it when we host communities across the country, is there is a window of alignment in our leadership. All of our leaders are on the same page, trying to move this community forward, at the same time balancing growth with preservation. So thank you, Rogers, for all you do for our community. And since you're the mayor that just keeps on giving, for those of you who participated in the raffle, we've got a winner for the raffle for a t-shirt and a family 4-pack to the fair. And the winner is J.P. Cowan, who I saw over there. So J.P., congratulations. You win a t-shirt and a 4-pack to the fair. Rogers mentioned this earlier, but I'm going to mention it again. Please vote. Early voting is through this Saturday. The election day is August 2nd, and Rogers is right. We've had a tremendous increase in voter participation during this election, so I'm thrilled to see that. You can go to our website, our Election Central website, williamsonchamber.com/vote, to read candidate profiles, see replays of the debate, and some work we've done with Williamson Herald and the Williamson County Association of Realtors, so check that out. The mayor also mentioned that he would just skim the surface of all the things about Williamson County. If you want to go more in depth, this Friday is our monthly town hall series hosted by Dave Crouch with Aspen Grove Financial Management. So make sure that you attend. It is the last Friday every month. It's at 7:15 at Columbia State's Williamson campus. And again, Rogers will be the guest there. You also heard reference to the school system being so important to our economy. We have our annual State of the Schools event in September. Just stay tuned for more information about that. And finally, if you like what you heard today, you begin or strengthen a business relationship with someone, you're exactly the kind of person we want as part of Williamson Inc. So please see any member of the Williamson Inc. team here to sign up for membership today and become part of an organization that's nearly 1,500 members strong with a laser focus on serving our business community. We firmly believe a strong business community equals a strong community. Thank you for your support of Williamson County, for your investment in Williamson Inc., and have a great rest of the day.